What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Today we have another awesome Madden video because today every NFL team is going to get a new quarterback. As we know, quarterback is the most influential player on a team and it can make or break a roster. So today we're going to really test how good each of these quarterbacks is in Madden by swapping every team for a quarterback. So as you can see, we have every NFL team here and we are going to click this button and it is going to give us two teams. These two teams will swap their quarterback, meaning that Brock Purdy is now an Indianapolis Colt and Anthony Richardson is now a San Francisco 49er. This does not include draft because I don't have draft rosters because I don't want to make them like inaccurate. Also, the draft isn't over. And also, this is just with Madden rosters, so this is not going to be Daniel Jones. It will, in fact, be Anthony Richardson and Joe Flacco. All right, our second swap here. We cannot do repeats. We are going to have Jordan Love and Dak Prescott switch, which means that Jordan Love is going to get a better defense, and we're going to really test how good Dak is, even without CeeDee Lamb. Our third switch is going to be with Bo Nix and Michael Penix Jr. We are going to have the rookie switch off, and this is going to be really interesting. I think Bo Nix is going to do really well here. Our next switch is going to be Caleb Williams and Justin Herbert. And remember, this is Madden, so they have DJ Moore, Rome Odunze, and Keenan Allen, which means that Justin Herbert might go really far this year. Oh, what a big switch in the best offense. Joe Burrow is going to go to the Panthers, and Bryce Young is going to go to the best receiver room in the NFL. That is actually insane. This is going to be a big test for Bryce Young, and we're going to see how good Joe Burrow really is. Ooh, okay, this is a really interesting switch. Not going to be major overall differences, but we are going to have Drake May and Will Levis switch teams. So either way, both of these teams are still going to suck. Ooh, and then a nice little change here. We are going to have Tua Tagovailoa, aka Mushy Brain, switch off with Geno Smith. This is actually really interesting because for a lot of reasons, actually, well, this is actually really cool. Ooh, another really cool switch here. We have Josh Allen and Jaden Daniels. Okay, these are two elite quarterbacks. We're going to see how they do in each other's system. We're going to see, because Josh Allen's going to be rushing it a lot more. We're going to see if he can really pick it up. Oh my God, look at this. Patrick Mahomes and Lamar Jackson are going to switch, and they play each other in week 1. And not even week 1, the first game of the season for any team. This is going to be so interesting, especially with Chiefs playbook. And then with Ravens playbook with the Mahomes luck. Oh my God. And this does get harder and harder because I have to spin this until I get every team. This is taking a lot longer than I thought it would. Oh, we are going to test how good Jalen Hurts is because he's going to Arizona. We're going to see if Kyler Murray can pick it up when he has great weapons. Also, the tush push is going to be elite with Kyler Murray because he's so small. He could basically fit inside the center paws. Ew, this is a yucky one. We got Derek Carr and Trevor Lawrence switching. This is not going to have any impact on the league. Let's be so for real. Oh, boy. And look at this. Jared Goff is going to be banished to the Raiders, and Aiden O'Connell is going to get the Sonic and Knuckles along with Amon-Ra St. Brown and the best O-line in the league. Oh, okay, this is nasty. Oh, okay. This is a really interesting one because both of these teams are definitely playoff caliber. We are going to have Sam Darnold go to the Texans and CJ Stroud go to the Vikings. This could be disgusting for either one. Also, it's going to be really interesting to see who gets the Giants because they have a 65 overall quarterback. Wow, this might be the worst team to have a swap with because we actually are going to get them for the next time. It is going to be Deshaun Watson and Drew Lock switching places. So really, I thought it would be a great quarterback going to the Giants, but instead it's going to be somebody who's a little bit handsy with the ball. Now, I'm not talking about a football. Also, we're going to have Jameis Winston going to the Giants like he is now because I am doing the whole quarterback room. I'll have injuries on to see how fun it can be. Ooh, and just like that, we get the other Giants quarterback. We have Russell Wilson and Matt Stafford taking places. So once again, this doesn't matter, bro. It's two of the oldest quarterbacks in the league switching places. Okay, and we have one more swap left. I have no clue who it is. So the final switch is going to be Mayfield and Rodgers. So this is the starting quarterback switch completely filled out. This is everybody who's going to be changing their place of residence. And we are also going to do the whole quarterback room. This is just who's going to be their starter. And let me put it into Madden. All right, I'm not gonna lie. This first trade does seem a little bit unfair, but you know what? The Colts might be good again. That might be their new Peyton Manning. Kind of looks like him with a smaller forehead. You know what? I didn't realize that these two were the same overall. Like, that's actually incredible. I thought that Dak was like an 86, 87, but that was from like 2 years ago. Jordan Love, on the other hand, was like a 62 years ago, but he's up to an 84. And maybe the Packers will finally find if Trey Lance can be good or not. Yeah, so I forgot that Kirk Cousins is actually an overall higher than Michael Penix. But I thought 74 just represented the number of picks he threw last year. And will there be a new quarterback battle in Denver? Probably not. Well, let's see if the Bears can also ruin another great quarterback, Justin Herbert. And in the hypotheticals, maybe he'll actually be good this time, right? Or is he going to start crying like Caleb Williams did? Well, Andy Dalton goes home, and it works because his hair color is the color of their logo. And the Panthers will finally get what they thought Bryce Young was going to be. You know what? The battle for the #1 overall pick is going to be it's going to be a really interesting one with these two changing teams. I don't know, man. Well, so it goes from having the Dolphins O-line to the Seahawks O-line, which I believe is called a form of, what was the word? Torture. Yeah, his brain is going to be the same consistency as oatmeal after the season. Guys, how do the Bills have 4 quarterbacks, bro? You have, like, the MVP. Well, how does this work? I mean, these two are just the definition of mid, and I guess these two are too, but this is going to be an interesting one for playoffs. Yeah, this swap is definitely going to feed families, and I really want to do a video just on this swap alone, and the last swap, to be honest. Well, Philadelphia is going from throwing a riot because they won the Super Bowl to throwing a riot because Kyler Murray is their quarterback. But don't worry, he'll be fine because he just slipped through the cracks because he's so small. Yeah, if you care about this swap, I truly apologize, and I think that you should see a mental health specialist. See, this is a team that makes sense to have 4 quarterbacks because none of them could pass a literature test. I'm sorry, Jared Goff. You're going to have a fun time. And also, I forgot Gardner Minshew existed. Having Sam Darnold be good still just feels like a crime. And also, who else forgot that Daniel Jones was a Viking? Oh, my. I don't get how you can actually get worse after trading away Jameis Winston. 72 should be the bare minimum for quarterback. And then Drew Lock decided to show up with his Tommy Cutlets. Wow, I just went to the Seahawks to grab Russell Wilson. This is a sad time. Matthew Stafford is way better than Russ, by the way. I forgot that. And also, Jimmy Garoppolo is still in the league. What? So New York goes from a mother addict to going to an ayahuasca addict to going to a Zen addict. I think I see a little trend here. All right, I chose a random team through the same generator that I got before, and I got the Bengals, which is going to be really interesting, and their offense is an 81. Oh, dude, Joe Burrow tanked them. Oh, my God. Well, after week 1, oh, my God, Baker Mayfield put up 384 yards and 6 touchdowns in 1 week. Holy crap. Anthony Richardson put up 340 and 4. Lamar Jackson put up 339 and 5. All right, let's go ahead and sim to the midseason and see how everybody did. All right, at midseason, the Eagles are 6-0 with Kyler Murray. The Ravens are 6-1 with Mahomes. The Bills are 6-1 with Jaden Daniels. The Commanders are 6-1 with Josh Allen. The Jets are 5-2 with Baker Mayfield. The Texans are 5-2 with Sam Darnold. The Rams are 4-2 with Russell Wilson. Lions are 4-2 with Aiden O'Connell, or actually Gardner Minshew. Chargers are 4-2 with Caleb Williams. Wow. And Broncos are 4-3 with Michael Penix. Looking at the NFL, Jaden Daniels actually leads in yards with 22 touchdowns and 7 interceptions. Then it's Bryce Young, Anthony Richardson, Trevor Lawrence, Joe Burrow, Patrick Mahomes, Sam Darnold, Michael Penix, Baker Mayfield, Lamar Jackson, Josh Allen, Dak Prescott, and Drew Lock. What? Week 13 and the playoff picture is finally here. Let's see what we got. The Bills are the 1 seed. The Ravens are the 2 seed. Chargers are the 3 seed. Oh my God, the Titans are the 4 seed with Drake May. I look like such an idiot. 5 seed are the Jets with Matt Stafford. At 6 is the Broncos, and at 7 is the Texans. So, I mean, there are some very interesting things in the AFC. Eagles are the 1 seed, dude. Kyler Murray is having a year. Packers are the 2 seed. 3 seed is the Rams. 4 seed the Falcons. I guess that Bo Nix really picked it up there. 5 seed is the Cowboys. 6 is the Commanders. I thought they'd be doing better. And 7 is the Vikings. Let's just assume the playoffs and see how much of that changes. And the bracket is looking a little bit different, but pretty much the same. Bills are still at 1. Ravens are still at 2. Chiefs are still at 3. Colts at 4. Brock Purdy just really picked it up at the end. Jets are 5. Steelers are 6. Broncos are 7. NFC time, the Eagles are the 1 seed. Packers are the 2 seed. I guess that Dak is really helping the Packers. Rams are 3. Wow, I guess that Russell Wilson's playing his heart out. The Bucks are 4. 5 is the Cowboys, 6 is the Commanders, and 7 is the Vikings. And how will this change going into the next round? Wow, okay, so the Ravens destroy the Broncos. That makes sense. 3 seed beats the 6 seed, and then the 4 seed beats the 5 seed, so no upsets in the AFC. Going into the NFC, the Vikings beat the Packers by 3 points, which means that the 7 seed beat the 2 seed, the 3 seed beat the 6 seed, and the 5 seed beat the 4 seed. Wow, so 2 very different sides. In the playoffs, we have Lamar Jackson versus Patrick Mahomes, but the teams are flipped, which is cool, along with Jaden Daniels versus Brock Purdy. And then on the NFC, we have Kyler Murray versus CJ Stroud. That should not be a thing that should happen. And then also with the other round, we have Russell Wilson versus Jordan Love. Okay, this is going to be a really interesting round here. Wow, the 4 seed beats the 1 seed in the AFC, meaning that the Colts are going to move on with Brock Purdy taking on Lamar Jackson, who defeated Patrick Mahomes. It's so weird seeing these two face up. On the NFC, the 7 seed Vikings, led by CJ Stroud, just beat the 1 seed after beating the 2 seed. That's unbelievable. And then we see the 3 seed beat the 5 seed, which means that the division or the NFC championship is going to be between Russell Wilson and CJ Stroud, opposite players. What is going to be the Super Bowl? Oh my God, the 7 seed Vikings led by CJ Stroud just beat the 3 seed. They've beaten the 3 best teams in the NFC. Now they play against the 3rd best team in the AFC led by Lamar Jackson. This is going to be an incredible Super Bowl. Our Pro Bowl quarterbacks were Kyler Murray, Dak Prescott, Jordan Love, Baker Mayfield, Patrick Mahomes, and Jaden Daniels. All right, we are now using the Minnesota Vikings so that we can watch this. This is a 90 overall Chiefs team and an 86 overall Vikings team. Both of the quarterbacks are the 2nd rated player on their team. Let's just see how this goes. Here we go. We see the quarterbacks ready to face off. You already know this game is going to be an absolute banger. And these two do not... Actually, CJ Stroud looks kind of good in a Vikings jersey. I don't like that. Well, the Chiefs made it to the Super Bowl this past year, but couldn't finish it against the Eagles. But let's see if Lamar Jackson can finish it off against the Vikings. And my controller is once again not working, which happened before. 1st and goal on the 3 for the Chiefs. Can they do this? Box is loaded. Lamar Jackson is one of the most versatile quarterbacks when it comes to running. He's not going to do it. Throws on the run and hits Xavier Worthy for the touchdown. The first score of the Super Bowl is up, and he hits the stanky leg. Oh, I should not have seen that. Look at that, bro. Lamar is just him, I guess. All right, 1st and 20 for the Vikings on the 35-yard line. Stroud looks to pass, tests it, and gets intercepted. Can you believe it? And on their first possession, it'll be a turnover. Both these teams are 10-7, but Shamari Connor gets his big play of the Super Bowl. 4th and 4, and it will be a punt for the Chiefs, and the Vikings don't have to go down 2 possessions here, which is going to be big for them. And that is a great punt down to the 2-yard line. Wow, the Vikings are in heat right here. 4th and 10, and the Vikings are going to have to punt deep in their own territory, and the Chiefs are going to get great possession here, as it is going to be a mediocre return. Oh, and Lamar Jackson finds Rashee Rice in the end zone after a quick read to go up 14 points as the 2nd quarter comes to an end. Look at that, a beautiful read and just a blown coverage by the Vikings. And to end the 2nd quarter, the Vikings are going to take a field goal after... Dude, I was about to say Bryce Young. After CJ Stroud rushes for almost half the field throughout like 4 different plays. I'm going to say Panthers because I'm making the thumbnail right now, and it's like I'm putting the Panthers on the thumbnail. 3rd and 1, TJ Hawkinson just dropped a ball that hit him in the head wide open. We're going to see if they can convert as it's a run up the middle. And he gets it. Is that Cam Akers, I want to say? Oh, no. Ty Chandler actually is going to be the one who finds the lane and just pushes through. And they're actually going to go for 2 now to make it, what, a 3-point game? As it'll be a pass. Got it. Justin Jefferson. First and goal on the 8 for the Chiefs. And Lamar Jackson finds Xavier Worthy for his 2nd touchdown of the Super Bowl. An easy read once again. And the Vikings are just having trouble getting all these receivers covered. 4th and 19 for the Vikings. Can they get themselves out of this hole? Stroud steps back, looks under pressure, and he finds Jordan Addison, who is going to get down to the 1-yard line. Jordan Addison on 4th and 19 just got a 30-yard catch, or no, a 49-yard catch, and now CJ Stroud will walk it into the end zone. Oh my God, this team is sensational. CJ Stroud's rushing has been unbelievable against the Chiefs, who have an injured Chris Jones who is not playing. 4th and 11, a minute 10 left, and the Vikings have no timeouts. They're going to need a miracle here. It's a 3-point game, and this is going to be just an incredible win if they can pull it off, and this might be an overtime. With time constraints like these, with no touchdown or with no timeouts and only a minute left, CJ Stroud can't run it, which has been his big portion today, or it's been his big play style today, and he gets intercepted on the first play. Oh my God, I can't believe this. He keeps checking it down to TJ Hawkinson. It's weird. Like, half the plays are just either run or TJ Hawkinson check down. And Lamar Jackson is going to get his ring because they're going to kneel this ball out. And after an incredible Super Bowl, the Chiefs are going to three-peat. What do our stats look like? Lamar Jackson, 140 rating, 17 for 21, 173 yards, 80% completion, 3 touchdowns, 0 interceptions. CJ Stroud, on the other hand, had a horrible game, 33 rating, 11 for 24, 161 yards, 0 touchdowns, 2 interceptions, and 45% completion. That is bad. Rushing game all around was really weak. CJ Stroud got 55 yards and a touchdown, but nobody else did good at all. And receiving wise, yeah, nothing great here. Jordan Addison with that play that I was talking about. Rashee Rice had 42 for Jetta, and then 2 touchdowns from Xavier Worthy, as we know. I mean, just a mid Super Bowl when it comes to stats. But now let's check out everybody's stats for the entire season. All right, so the top 5 teams in the league were the Eagles at 14-3. The Bills at 3-14, the Packers at 12-5, Ravens at 11-6, and Cowboys at 11-6. The quarterbacks here were Kyler Murray, Jaden Daniels, Dak Prescott, Patrick Mahomes, and Jordan Love. Other tied were the Rams, led by Russell Wilson, and the Commanders, led by Josh Allen. The 5 worst teams were the Giants, who were 3-14, led by Jameis Winston. The Saints, how are the Browns not down here? Like, what did Drew Lock do? Oh yeah, but the Saints, led by Trevor Lawrence. The Jaguars, led by Derek Carr once again. This trade literally didn't matter. They both had the exact same record. Patriots, led by Will Levis. And the Bengals, led by Bryce Young. Jaden Daniels led the league in passing yards as a rookie, 4,684, 46 touchdowns, 18 interceptions. I think it's pretty easily offensive rookie of the year and maybe even MVP. Lamar Jackson follows up with 4,500 yards and 53 touchdowns, opposing 9 interceptions. That actually might be MVP. That should be MVP. Kyler Murray had 4,465 yards, 34 touchdowns, and 10 interceptions. Bryce Young, despite being one of the worst teams in the league, was 4th in passing yards with 4,300, 33 touchdowns, 15 interceptions. Jordan Love had 4,200 yards, basically 4,300, with 36 touchdowns and 15 interceptions. Anthony Richardson had 4,300 yards, 34 touchdowns, 14 interceptions. Trevor Lawrence is high up here with 4,200 yards, 30 touchdowns, 25 interceptions. Interceptions is probably why. Dak Prescott, 4,000 yards, 40 touchdowns, 5 interceptions. Great ratio from him. Joe Burrow, 4,000 yards, 27 touchdowns, 12 interceptions. Russell Wilson, 4,000 yards, 37 touchdowns, 15 interceptions. Michael Penix with 4,000 yards, 26 touchdowns, and 10 interceptions. At the bottom of our list, we have Deshaun Watson with 1,700 yards, 6 touchdowns to 14 interceptions. He split with Jameis Winston on the season. Aaron Rodgers is next up with 3,000 yards, 22 touchdowns, 12 interceptions. Drew Lock is next up with 3,200 yards, 24 touchdowns, 19 interceptions. Then goes Sam Darnold with 3,300 yards, 24 touchdowns to 11 interceptions. Tua with 3,300 yards, 28 touchdowns, 15 interceptions. Jalen Hurts is all the way down here with 3,400 yards, 26 touchdowns, 19 interceptions. Caleb Williams is here with 3,400 yards, 27 touchdowns, 21 interceptions. Yikes. Jared Goff is here with 3,400 yards, 24 touchdowns, 12 interceptions. Matt Stafford, 3,500 yards, 22 touchdowns, 16 interceptions. Derek Carr, 3,500 yards, 24 touchdowns, 19 interceptions. Will Levis, 3,600 yards, 23 touchdowns, 21 interceptions. Top rushers were Josh Jacobs, Saquon Barkley, Joe Mixon, Najee Harris, Kenneth Walker, Aaron Jones, Nick Chubb, James Conner, Bijan Robinson, Derrick Henry, and Jonathan Taylor. Touchdown leaders were Joe Mixon, Saquon Barkley, Josh Jacobs, Derrick Henry, Patrick Mahomes, what? Brian Robinson, Najee Harris, Chuba, JT, Tyrone Tracy, and McCaffrey. Yeah, Mahomes had 536 yards. Behind him was Josh Allen with 515 yards and 4 touchdowns. Brock Purdy with 514 and 4. Jalen Hurts only had 1 rushing touchdowns and 500 yards. And Kyler Murray had 9 rushing touchdowns. Receiving-wise, Khalil Shakir led the league and had 16 touchdowns. Following him up was Cooper Kupp, Tyreek Hill, Brandon Ayuk, Jamar Chase, Jackson Smith-Njigba, Amon-Ra St. Brown, Lad McConkey, and Jalen Tolbert, followed by A.J. Brown and Josh Downs. Touchdown leaders were Cooper Kupp and Jalen Tolbert tied, then Brandon Ayuk, Khalil Shakir, Amon-Ra St. Brown, Josh Downs, Rashee Rice, Andre Yosevich, Romeo Doubs, Justin Jefferson, Jordan Addison, and Xavier Worthy. My MVP pick is Jaden Daniels. My MVP pick is Lamar Jackson. Offensive Rookie of the Year, Jaden Daniels. Super Bowl MVP is Lamar Jackson. NFL MVP is Lamar Jackson. Offensive Rookie of the Year is Jaden Daniels, so I did get those two right. Coach of the Year is Nick Sirianni, not surprising. Offensive Player of the Year, Joe Mixon. He was great. Defensive Player of the Year is TJ Watt. Defensive Rookie is Jared Verse. And this was a very fun video for me. If you guys enjoyed, be sure to like and subscribe. I hope it's not too long. I mean, the recording is really long just because I had to put everybody on their teams. Then I also had to sim through a bunch of stuff. But if you enjoyed, be sure to like and subscribe, and I will see you all in the next one. Peace out and goodbye.